All right, so let's just go over some Chicago roofing client stuff, and then we can get into some questions and whatnot. All right, so we got the final commission structure here. Like I said at the last live, I negotiated this up, and initially it was like 3% across the board or and lower, but now I got it up to 5% commission. Okay, now if you generate lead for this guy, we just split the commission 50-50. But again, this is a client that you never have to worry about late payments. You don't ever have to worry about missing the lead because I have access to their CRM. And this is a company that can close $200,000 jobs, $1 million jobs, projects. And we still are going to get commission on those. You got some of the example jobs here. If you generated a $500,000 project, that's $12,500 of commission. And I've already done the research. Most established roofing companies, they spend 3 to 5% in marketing. And even then, this industry is pretty competitive and cutthroat. And I've asked other roofing companies in LA and other areas. Most companies were willing to do 5% commission, but they don't. But some of these companies, like how reliable are they? Do they have the manpower to not get their projects backed up? Do they have the manpower to do a $1 million project? That's when you begin to realize that there's not that many roofing companies that are ran by a really good operator slash they have a whole crew. And we're doing a thing where once every quarter, like we're gonna calculate whichever student generate the most amount of revenue, and my client's gonna reward an extra 0.5% commission of the sales of that quarter, which is that's gonna be a pretty big bonus. So again, this client really gets it. And again, this is somebody that you can feel good about, even if you build a dinky site in the middle of nowhere. Okay, let's just say I was looking at areas like this earlier, which we can get into. Even if it generates like a couple jobs per month, like that's gonna turn into guaranteed money in your pocket without the hassle of chasing down a client. Again, this client services all of this area. Okay, think of all the little towns all across. It's never been easier, in my opinion, for each and every single one of you to quit your 9 to 5. If you created just 5 map listings in any of these areas, right? Most of you guys can probably replace your 9 to 5 income, like dead ass. And that's almost guaranteed because there now you're not messing with any of the variables because some students build sites in the wrong city or the wrong niche. They're generating leads, but they can't find a client. This, you remove even that variable out of the equation. Now you can go still build your own sites in your own local areas and go find your own clients. That's fine. But I essentially just removed any excuses that any student might have as to why they can't make this business model work. This is brand new territory. The client just started in the South Florida. They're expanding like in a little bit of Tampa, but this is all new area that they're not getting any business out of yet. This is new. They're not getting much business in any of these areas either. So it's like a massive opportunity. And even if you were to build 5 and you already have lead gen clients, but you just never know what happens with some lead gen clients, right? If you just build 5 in with this client and it starts paying you 5, 6K, whatever per month, what if those sites just cover your rent every month? I always look at it in those terms. Like these sites can just pay my living expenses. That's why I'm able to travel all the time and live out of Airbnbs.